Hey guys, it's Lotti again. I'm sitting here at the Kulttempel Oberhausen, besides me, Kyle from AUGER. Hi.
Hello, how you doing?
Fine, and you?
Very good, bit tired, as always, but we're all right, yeah. Nothing changes, eh?
Same with me, but I think you have a better reason to be tired because you had some large ride.
Yeah, a lot of driving on this tour so far, so I can't complain really because it's quite fun driving a little bit, aside from the speed cameras, but that's another topic for another day, but yeah, a bit tired, but enjoying it nevertheless, and it's a good venue anyway, so love coming here.
Yeah, and we can talk about the driving and the tour and stuff. First of all, people watching that totally don't know you, we don't do the introductory again. You're Kyle, AUGER is a dark wave, dark rock band.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So AUGER, a project that I write the music. I've got some great musicians with me as well, in Marcus and now Marta as well, a new addition. And yeah, it's like a 80s inspired dark rock is sort of the best way to put it. It's a whole mixture of genres. I think no one, because I'm writing it, no one's really told me off and said that you can't do that, so I've just kind of done whatever I want to do. So it's sort of this sort of mismatch of different things, but it's all melodic, it's all anthemic, and it's sort of feel good is sort of the energy that we go for. A bit of power for the evening.
Totally. And last time we talked was exactly at this place.
It was
5 months ago. It was much colder than today.
It was. I'm in t-shirt now, so yeah. Not quite summer, but getting there.
Yeah, and back then you mentioned it. You have been 2 people, and now you are threesome. So maybe you can start with how did this happen? Yeah,
so I've been looking at getting a third member for the band for a while, particularly from a sort of visual aspect on the stage. It's so good to have sort of the 3, I think, pads out really nicely. Sometimes when it was just me and Marcus, it's kind of offset a little bit, and my OCD is like, no, it should be symmetrical. But no, I feel like it's a good layout, and also with the music being very electronic led, loads of synthesizers and effects and samples, without there being keyboards on stage, it kind of doesn't really do it justice. People are thinking, where are these sounds coming from? It's not the drums, of course, it's not the guitar, so it must be backing tracks. So having the keyboards on is great because it means that we can basically almost get rid of the backing track and start to do stuff more live, and it becomes more organic. And I found Marta on a website for musicians in Germany after no success in the UK, but actually it made more sense getting in Germany. And she's from Munich, and she's just seamlessly blended in. I feel like she's been in the band longer than I have, if I'm honest. So it's been really, really great. And she speaks German, which is coming very handy.
I heard on the soundtrack.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're normally quite clueless, and they ask us stuff, and we're like, "I'm sorry, we're English. We're so stupid, we don't know." But she's been great to sort of fill in that gap and be an extra layer of communication, but also another body backstage. And it's just been really friendly, and the whole dynamic just works really well. And so it's like from a logistical point of view, from a visual point of view, and now sort of from a creative point of view, but also as like a sort of a team. Like I feel like we're sort of all getting on. We've got very similar senses of humour, which is good because it's very niche sense of humour. So it's nice, and everyone's getting on really well. So it's good, and hopefully people get to see that tonight for the first time in Oberhausen, which is nice because we love this venue and we love the city. So it'd be great to sort of show people what we've been working on for this tour. So because she only joined at the start of this tour, this is her first. In fact, her first show with us in Bremen was actually her first show ever. She'd never been on stage before, so it was quite a big deal, and she absolutely smashed it. So yeah, really, really cool.
But she was for sure excited back then, and still is. Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she was a little bit nervous for the first one, and since then she's just been like, yeah, I've got this. She's really, really confident, which is good.
For me, it's cool for a photographer to have more angles, more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from a viewer's perspective of the stage as well, it's nicer to sort of move your eyes across and see what different things are happening, and it just pads it out nicely. And also the good thing is that Empathy Test have literally the same like layout on stage. So like for this tour specifically, it's so good because they leave everything on stage. We do our bit, we come off, and then everything's ready to set up with them. And David has been kind enough to lend the drum kit as well, so it's made the whole process so much easier with having that. So it's been a really, really good addition.
Some easier changeover, for example. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you mentioned that you're on tour with Empathy Test. It's their 10th anniversary, and also on tour is LAKESIDE X.
Yep.
So maybe you can tell a little bit. It's almost the end of the tour. What have been the coolest moments with them?
They've all been really good actually. We've got on really well with we always get on well with Empathy Test anyway. It's the first time we've met LAKESIDE X, and they've been like the nicest people ever. Especially with me leaving stuff behind at venues and breaking equipment, they've been really good to lend stuff when I've needed it. So very thankful for that. But yeah, we've had lots of sort of funny moments. I think we did a show in Nuremberg, and the venue was very interesting. To say the least, and we all had a good laugh about that. And it was a great show as well. So it was just some things are just going to stay in your head forever, I think. But no, it's just been really friendly, and we've all been getting on, and we sort of see each other in the hotel room, like hotel lobby, in the morning at different times. We're normally the last to leave, and then we just see people walking by like zombies, really tired, like hello, hello, hello. And we were all a little bit more chipper by the time we come backstage. But it's just been really easy. Everyone sort of get on well with each other, which has been really good.
I see. And you mentioned broken things. I think Isaac told me that this tour where many things get broken this time.
Yeah, we've had a lot of technical issues and stuff. I think their first one was the interface, which is like the holy grail of equipment you need to work, because it's your backing track and it's your monitors and it's everything relies on that one little box. So when that breaks, it's not good. So I think they had spares in, and there were soldering things at some point. So it's been a bit of a faff. And then we had some problems with the interface as well, because the cable wouldn't work. So it seems to be ironed out now, typically with 2 days left to go. But yeah, it's been, the good thing is we're all very similar setups. So there's enough equipment to go around to lend a hand with it. So it's been easy to overcome these. Not necessarily easy, but easy to overcome the problems.
And as you mentioned, the tour is over. I think tomorrow is the last show.
Yeah.
So after the tour, what are the things that you take home from this tour? The emotional, but also impressions, maybe.
It's quite a lot, I think, because this is the longest time we've spent in Germany on the bounce. Particularly in recent history, we typically only done one show, maybe 2 shows at a push. So doing sort of 12 across a month, and obviously this last chunk of 5, it's the biggest we've done since 2018. So it's been really important for us, I think, to sort of develop and sort of move forward with the sort of setup that we've got, and sort of refine how we work on the live stage. Obviously, with the addition of the new keyboardist, there's been a couple of changes we've had to make on the fly, but now that we've done it, we can sort of approach that much easier. So yeah, it's just been a really great experience, and I feel like it's moved us forward with every show. We've got better at what we're doing, and we've hopefully impressed more people and sold more t-shirts, and it's a good impression that there's a bit of momentum going on, which is great, because we love it here in Germany, and this is sort of hopefully our sort of stomping ground for stuff. So if we can come back here and headline tour in the future, then these shows are so important to sort of grab new fans and sort of create a bit of a memory for people.
I think the next tour you are doing is a UK tour?
Yes, yeah, the next sort of run of shows. We've got a couple of shows before then, sort of here and there, but the next run of them is in the UK. It's called the Fascinate Me Tour. It will coincide with a new single as well, which is very dancey. Very, very pleased with it. So that will be 4 shows in a row, then a week off, and then 4 shows in a row, because of commitments with work. It made it a bit easier. But yeah, we're doing, I think, Liverpool, I don't know what the order is, Liverpool, Glasgow, Gateshead, London, Manchester, Leeds, Nottingham, Bristol. We're doing all over the place. So tickets are available for that, which is really great. We're doing it all independently, as we always do with our stuff that we do, like, especially in the UK. We try and do all the music and the promotion and the booking the venues. Everything's all done by ourselves. So cool. Hopefully people buy tickets and show up, because if they don't, I'll be a little bit sad.
I totally understand. But here in Germany, you have a booking agency? Or
yeah, we got Jan, who's brilliant, and he's been really great with us. I think he tried us out a little bit last year with a few shows, and hopefully we impressed him. And then we got this, and there's been lots of really great things come from it. I always think my stepdad Stephen helps out a lot with the promotion, particularly in the early days as well, and in the UK. He's the one who's helped organise this tour, and for him, whenever he gets us a show, we're making extra special effort to make the most out of that show. Like, even if it's just a small one, it will be the best one we've ever done, because he's put the effort in to get it. So we apply that to Jan, and I think he's starting to see that no matter how big or small he thinks the opportunity is, we're going to take it as if it's like the World Cup final and going to absolutely go for it and really try and impress him and impress as many people. And I think by doing that and giving everything, then you're going to get lots more out of it, and then you get another booking, and it sort of spirals. We're hard working, so.
I see. And I think we're going to the USA in between for one show.
Yeah.
For festival, I think.
Dark Force Fest, New Jersey. That is the next one lined up. So flights are booked. So we're looking forward to that. Marcus is actually flying out 2 weeks earlier and going to do a road trip. He's flying into LA, and he's going to drive all the way from LA to New York via some landmarks in Nashville and all sorts of different places in the middle. So I imagine he's going to be quite tired when he shows up to the show, but hopefully he can still drum in time. That's all I care about.
Doesn't get lost somewhere.
Abducted by aliens in Nevada or whatever. Stranger things have happened.
Let's see. But is it your first time in the USA?
No, I mean I've done a couple of acoustic shows in the USA. This is the first sort of full throttle auger show we will have done over there, which is really good. So it technically is the first one, but I have done like some acoustic ones before in Chicago. I spent sort of 2 or 3 months there a couple of years back, so I did a few shows while I was there. So it's the first time we're bringing backing tracks and guitars and drums and the whole auger shebang. So. Yeah, it'd be exciting to sort of show them what the Brits are made of.
Yeah, I see so. And hopefully this gets some more shows over there.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, we sort of sow some seeds and then see what happens from it. And we have a lot of fans based over in America as well, actually more than we have in the UK, according to Spotify. So it's quite nice. A lot of people sort of making the trip over to it, traveling quite far as well. So I've got people even from Denver coming all the way over to New York, or New Jersey rather, which is a long way. I mean, anywhere in America is a long way, but that's about 17 hours, and it's stupid like that. So, it should be a really good one. Again, we make the most of it. We put everything into it. We only get one chance to do it, so why not do it well?
And that's one thing, but I have to read because you have it on your website. You have a charity, Castellan African Trust, that you promote. Maybe you can tell a little bit about this to people outside. I've read it, but
absolutely. Yeah, so there's sort of 2 major charities that I like to support. One is the one that I work for, which is the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. I think we may have mentioned it last time.
Yeah, talked about it last time.
But the other one I sort of stumbled across by staying in an Airbnb, and the owners of the Airbnb were really, really friendly. And we just got talking about sort of what they were up to, and they mentioned this Castellan African Trust, the charity that they set up in the 90s, I think. And it's really wonderful cause, and it just really sort of hit home for me how important their work is, especially on such a small but large scale. I mean, they are operating on a very small amount of money through donations, and the stuff they're doing is amazing, and they put every single penny into making a difference in Africa, or the Gambia specifically. And they've got this really cool campaign at the moment where it's sort of empowering young women to go into school and to go to university. Turns out it only costs like the equivalent of about 600-700 euros for a woman to go for university in the Gambia. It's that inexpensive, but they can't afford it at all. So with a small sort of monthly donation, that can be one of the things that you do. And it's so personal because they will, when they go over there on their missions, they actually write you a note and they say thank you so much, and they sort of tell a little bit about themselves and stuff, and you can exchange letters, and it's just really nice. And because they actually go out, it's not a big charity. It's got no employees. It's just trustees that really care about the cause. So it's really, really wonderful, and the stuff they're doing is just mind blowing when you look at what I won't name drop, but other massive charities do that are working with millions, tens of millions, and these guys are working with hardly a fraction of that, and they're doing incredible work with thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of lives when you count the repercussions, and it's just a really wholesome thing. So I implore anyone to sort of check that out on our website and have a little read of it, because it's such a small amount for us. I mean, it's less than a Netflix subscription, but it will literally either put food on the plates of someone and buy them toiletries or whatever else they need that they should have as human rights, or it can go towards funding project. They did a recent project where a school was being overrun by animals because there's no fence around the school. So the kids were getting in there, and there was just lots of live animals in the school, which sounds like a bit of a problem, but you can get them out. But of course they go to the toilet in there and they make it really unhygienic for the kids, and they trash the place, and it's sort of getting them out. So they just all they needed was a fence, but they couldn't afford a fence because they don't even have textbooks. So one of their missions was to go out there and have this fence commissioned for the whole school and stuff. So it's really real world practical applications that they're doing, and it really does help people. And then this new thing they're doing with the university is just amazing. And a lot of the kids are so sort of kind-hearted that they want to give back to the foundation or the charity by staying in the Gambia. And when they become a nurse, whatever they want to be, they want to work in the Gambia, and they want to help the people that help them and help their younger siblings. So it's made this really nice sort of community where they could go anywhere in the world with their amazing qualification, but they want to stay because they want to give back as well. So it's just really nice. It's really, really great. And David and Jewel, who own it, are just the loveliest people ever. They're really, really nice. So yeah, well worth a look into.
Yeah, cool. And this is something I want to do more, to at least present such charities on the channel and stuff.
I appreciate
this
that,
fitted
yeah.
very well. And is this something you want to do with your music as well? Bring some real help to the people?
Yeah,
get
absolutely. Yeah.
attendance?
I think it's. I realised when I spoke to them and I went to the AGM, the annual meeting, that it doesn't take a lot to make a huge difference. It really doesn't, and I think that's true for a lot of things. Really, you can say something really small, and it can make a huge difference to something. That could be something bad, of course, but also could be something good. And in this case, a very, very small amount of money actually does do good. And the whole reason why it was set up was so that it was like a genuine approach to all this sort of, you sponsor someone. There's some of them out there that are so impersonal, whereas it really does help that person, because they actually write you can actually see them if you want. Like, you can go out to Africa, or as long as you pay for your own flights, you can go and help out and get stuck in. And I think people should just take one small moment every now and then, just to kind of think outside of themselves and just do something. And it doesn't have to be for any gain. I just donated £50 to them at the start of the year for no reason, really. I just sort of woke up and thought, just got my phone out, I was like, oh, you know what, I'll just send it over to them. And I thought, well, I didn't really miss it. It went out my account, and I thought, I don't know, you learn to adapt with it, and yet that has possibly made such a huge difference to someone, because that's 5 months worth of someone subscribing for it. So that's huge. That's 2 massive 20-kilo bags of rice, or whatever it is, or whatever the foundation is that you're supporting. It's amazing the impact that people can have, and if everyone chips in with a tiny bit of impact, then it's huge. You know, it's a drop of the ocean if it's just one person, but if it's everyone, it can be a huge splash.
So everyone is able to change the world a little bit.
Exactly, yeah, and it doesn't take a lot of effort at all. You know, it can be as small or as much effort. The nice thing is that when you do that little bit of effort, you actually realise that it feels really, really good to help genuinely, and you kind of feel empowered to help more. So I'd be surprised if people made a little bit of effort and thought, actually, I could do a little bit more than that. And it sort of encourages this sort of good spirit, and if we're nice to each other, then it just makes a better world anyway. So it seems like a win-win.
Yeah, and I think we all long for a better world.
Exactly, yeah, especially in days like these.
Yeah, totally.
100%.
And I think we can talk about this the next time. For today, I think doors open should be now, and I think we want to prepare for the show now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I need to get a little bit more gothic, because I'm currently wearing a lot of green joggers, white trainers. I'm in my driving 7 hours in the day gear.
You shouldn't have mentioned we have the gothic stuff back there.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. This is black.
This is the blackest black of black. Okay, but it was really cool to talk to you again.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for having the chat.
I think it won't be the last time.
No,
next time when you play here, we'll talk again. So for today, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Guys outside, thank you for watching. AUGER, check out if you didn't already. And I say cheers, bye.
See you later.